In this video, you will learn some cool tricks when working with multiple automation lines in Logic. So check this out. If you have a project like this, and you have automated several automation lanes on, for example, this retro synth here, you can see all automation if you click A to bring up the automation view, and then you click on this little arrow here, and you can see all the automation lanes. In case you X these things out, so you only will see, for example, this one here, next time you open it up, it will remember that. So I recommend to always use the Option key. The Option key will always bring everything up, regardless of how you closed or opened this automation lanes. So now you can see all automation, which is the volume here, the tremolo depth, which is an insert effect. And if we bring that up here, you can see the tremolo is automated, the depth here, the retro synth cutoff frequency. So this is the synth for the bass here. And the supercharger, which is another insert effect, I automated the saturation of them. And all in all, if we solve this, and let's watch some of these so you can see them in action. So you can see it gets automated like that. So this is a great way because you might want to sync up the waves of the automation. So if you go from switch to the pencil tool, so TP, and then, for example, let's say you want to do like this and then down there and do the same on the retro cutoff by going up in a wave like that for a more extreme setting, and then, I don't know, something like this. Right, so you can see the automation lanes like so, but also you can actually mute automation so it doesn't read the automation on playback. So in this case, you just, again, open this up, Option key, and then you see if I hover my mouse here, you can see I can turn off and on. So if I turn off all of this, you won't, even the volume here, you won't hear any automation. It's just static, right? So you can go back and forth and try things like this. So only the tremolo. You can barely hear it because I don't open up the cutoff frequency. So let's activate that. And the saturation here. Okay, so now another thing you can do is actually trim the automation. So let's say you like the dynamic range you created. Let's go to another track, in fact. Let's say the strings here. So if you want to check the automation, again, Option, and click this. You can see the volume here and the modulation, which is the dynamics on this string instrument here. So I recorded this wave pattern. Let's listen to it. So let's say you are happy with the dynamic range going from 57 to 106 here, so the actual range, but you want to increase the top level, so the average level. You just hover your mouse here to the right of the lane. It says trim, and if you left click and drag it upwards, look what happens. It trims it up or down, as you can see, okay? Like that. So now it will go higher. So this is, by the way, on the entire track. So if we have more automation here, it will actually trim that as well. So the lane is on the track level, even though it's set on region. Now, let's say you want to edit multiple automations between different tracks. Like, for example, if you have these strings here, and then you have the brass here. Let's say you want to automate the modulation for both and sync it up so both have the same kind of shape. Well, we can start by clicking Z to zoom in a bit here. In fact, let's just zoom in a bit more. And then you can actually press Command Y, which will scroll through all the automation lanes. If I just select, for example, this retro synth here, instead of opening up and watch everything, you can just use Command Y and look, volume, cutoff, saturation, depth, and then go back to note velocity, volume, and it goes around and around like that. So if you Command select the strings with the brass and then use Command Y, so it's on volume now. And by the way, this is important. Both need to have the same automation where you actually recorded the automation. So as you can see, it says track here. So switch it over, left click to region. Now, if I press Command Y, watch what happens. Both get to the expression. So I recorded expression CC11 here on the brass track, but not on the strings. Let's go to the next one, Command Y. It goes to modulation. And here you can actually see. So since I just copied the part over, the automation is the same. I didn't use the trim, but well, let's use the trim to make sure the brass is softer. Let's use the trim some more. Whoops, like this. Now a bit higher. And let's say you want to just move it around a bit here so it doesn't sync up perfectly for the swells, the crescendos and diminuendos, but just make some variation. I feel this is a really great way to work in the sequencer compared to going into the piano roll editor and editing the modulation here, because then you cannot see the other tracks that you basically want to edit automation together with. So in this case, the brass and the strings, perhaps you add some woodwinds, and this is a great way of actually watching them. So make sure you have both of selected with the command, and then just Command Y to scroll through the available automation, and also make sure they are both on region automation in this case. Now choose which video you are going to watch next, or you can check out the amazing bonuses in the video description.